Hi everyone, welcome to TGIF, another Friday, another episode. When it comes to process automation, a feature or a capability we had for a long time under the umbrella of Power Platform is Power Automate. As of August, a new add-on feature got announced, which is called Power Automate Process Mining, which is a way to mine the process and understand how to optimize these processes. Do we say Copilot there also? Absolutely. Watch this episode as I take you through a quick tour of Power Automate Process Mining. All right, let's get started. So, a challenge enterprise would have as they automate their processes is how do we understand whether it's working well or not? That means, is there a way we can unearth insights to identify process inefficiencies, which is where process mining comes into the perspective. There are two ways: process mining and task mining. So, we'll focus on process mining today, and that pretty much covers how this tool works and how, as an SME, you can unearth insights which will help you optimize operations and remove bottlenecks when it comes to automation. I think the best part of this tool right now, considering the fact that generative AI is front and center to every tool that we are doing as Microsoft, is Copilot. Yes, Power Automate Process Mining also is a Copilot. Means you can ask questions in terms of, hey, which process is taking more time, which step is being the bottleneck. So it's a very visual way of understanding things in this tool. So let's dive right in. All right. As you see on the screen right now, this is Power Automate Process Mining IDE. I've loaded sample accounts receivable process. Now, what you see is interestingly here is the bubble map here. That means each step has a concentration of amount of time the process taken in that step. So this is a great indication that where is time getting consumed. Accordingly, you can look at optimization. We can get to specifics here for sure. I can absolutely change this graph to see if I want to understand the maximum occurrence of specific steps in a case in a workflow. So it tells me that these are the four areas where maximum, I would say, pass-through has happened. The thickness of these edges also signify how much of time being spent there, right? Now let's move forward. The interesting stats that's going to come in here. Let's look at performance. Now these red lines indicate the duration, right? Thickness indicates maximum time being spent. That's a great indicator for an SME to look at what is happening. And interestingly, we also can look at the finance part of it. That means, each step has a dollar allocation to it. That means as it goes through, if it's invoice, approvals, rejection. So that number is absolutely essential for one to understand. That's visually demonstrated here. The best part, in my view, is process animation. Now, as you see on the screen right now, I'm able to basically play animation and understand what's been the direction itinerary for each of these processes as execution has happened. Of course, I can move the needle here to look at specific time in a day and look at variance, right? This is a great way to kind of look at execution in real time. I think I said variance. So this is basically a way to, I would say, cluster each type of execution. So if you look at variant 1, 68 cases went through that, variant 2, 35 likewise. This is a great way to understand number of cases and number of variants of how executions happened. You can select each one of them and see how execution has taken place and if there is a room for improvement at all, right? Process mining is that capability which helps us unearth insights so that you can look at automation and optimization of operations. Let's go back to process map here. Now, one thing I mentioned earlier is yes, we have a copilot here also. So now let me invoke my copilot. And copilot absolutely helps me understand insights. So I'm going to ask my copilot, same provide top insights from the process map. And in a few seconds, you should see a few insights coming our way. So as you see right there, longest running activity it is indicated, most repetitions that has happened for specific tasks, which is reject invoice and complete the customer memo here. And the commonality for cases with longest duration in terms of median case duration is also mentioned there. So I can ask any question here. Of course, it also gives me a few prompts to ask basis what we have here. My next question is what activities have the highest rework percentage, right? It's important. So that way I can look at optimization. So yes, absolutely. It says reject invoice and refund with standard voucher right? They have 50%, 41.58% rework percentage. So this is a great insight. This is a way I can look at optimizing my business processes. All right, so that is a sneak peek into what is Power Automate Process Mining capability. As you saw, it's visualization at best. It gives us a wonderful way to unearth insights from the process map. And of course, Copilot makes it all interesting because it's a conversation on the process map. It helps us unearth insights in real time on what is happening when it comes to the itinerary of enterprises. As with this episode, I'm going to quote a link in my post for reference. Check it out to understand more about how process mining works. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching this episode. Have a wonderful Friday. Keep watching TGIF and a great weekend ahead. Bye bye.